You've coached Dhoni when he was captaining India. You've coached Virat during the IPL for RCB. What is the difference or the similarity in their styles of captaincy? Hey guys, you're watching RCB 12th Man TV. This is me, Navneeth Krishna. We put out the hashtag #AskGary on Twitter and on the RCB official app, and we got plenty of responses from you guys. So we're going to ask Gary a few questions. I've picked a few. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go through the whole list. So I have about 4 to 5 that we're going to try to cover with Gary. Does that sound good?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. You've coached Dhoni when he was captaining India. You've coached Virat during the IPL for RCB. What is the difference or the similarity in their styles of captaincy? And this is from Nishchal on the RCB app.
I think from the outside, Virat, he shows an emotion and a passion around his leadership. And I think he tries to get his players to kind of join him in that emotion. He leads by example. I mean, he's a great player himself. MS is probably a little bit cooler and calmer, never just kind of calculated in everything he does. Also a great leader by example, but just very kind of laid back in his approach. But you can see that mind's ticking over at a rapid rate.
Okay. All right. What was Gary's first thought after hearing that he was going to be the coach of the Royal Challengers Bangalore?
Well, I came last year as an assistant coach, and this year when I was asked to stay on, I think it was a real privilege and very exciting. To coach a franchise of this stature, for me, for however long it goes, is a fantastic privilege.
Yeah, that question was from Sagar Bias on the RCB app. In the last 2 seasons, we've seen Chinnaswamy slowing down a little bit in terms of the pitch. Do we expect to see similar kind of pitches and scores this season too at Bangalore?
Yeah, they have been quite slow, and we've felt that a little bit more pace on the wicket might suit the balance of our team and what we're trying to set up in the team. So we'd be hoping for a little bit more pace on the wicket.
Wonderful. And that question was from Udupa on the app. So I'm just very quickly going to run through a couple of other questions. What is our plan to improve the death bowling? This was a huge area of concern in the previous season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're doing everything that we can to make sure we cover all our bases. I think importantly when we take a debrief from last season and we look at the areas that we weren't so good at, like every team would be doing, we're trying to fill those gaps up and make sure that we have as balanced a team as possible. And we felt that we have made some moves in terms of that. For us, it's also about backing players and believing in them that they have the ability to do it. Often they can have 1 or 2 bad games and you think, let's move on to the next person, which I think can be a dangerous strategy. So we believe we've got some guys that can potentially become really good at that, and you've just got to back them. It's as simple as that.
Wonderful. And my last question to you. This is from Sachin Shenoy on Twitter. Do you think changing players every match would build confidence in players to perform? Don't you think that they should be given enough chances to prove and perform?
I totally agree with that. It's a real tough one because it's about getting 8 wins to getting into the playoff as a minimum requirement. So you lose a few games and then you're kind of under pressure to get those performances. And often with big squads, you kind of feel all their options. And I've always been quite kind of reticent about bigger squads. I prefer much smaller squads, because then it makes your decision making a little bit easier, and then you back players more. So that's something we just got to navigate through as we go along.
Great, thank you so much. It was wonderful chatting with you. And once again, like I said, on behalf of the fans, all the very best for IPL 2019.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. That's pretty much it. You're going to see a lot more on RCB 12th Man TV coming your way.
Hey RCB fans, we've created an exclusive app for all of you. So cheer at the stadiums, but stay connected off the field as well, and come and support us throughout the season. Cheers.